Hi everyone, in this video we will learn about Python dictionaries. I will show you how to solve common dictionary questions step by step. By the end you will feel ready to use dictionaries in your own code. So let's begin. So this is the question bank we will be solving today. The link to download this PDF is in the description below. Before starting with the questions, let us first take a glance at these methods of dictionary. So first one is dict.getKey. So this returns the value for the given key or none if key is not found. So you have to write the key here and its value will automatically be returned using this. Then talking about dict.key, so it returns all the keys in the dictionary. Dict.value returns all the values in the dictionary. If we talk about dict.items, then it returns a key value pair and they are returned as tuples. Dig.update is to add elements from a dictionary to other dictionary. Elements with the key value pairs. So if you want to add key value pairs from one dictionary to another, we can use the dig.update. If we talk about dig.pop key, then it removes the specified key and it also returns its value. So if you type the key here, then it removes that key and it also returns the value of it. If you talk about dig.pop item, then the last key value pair is moved. Dig.clear, it removes all the items in that particular dictionary. Talking about dig.set default key or key comma default, so it sets a default value to the keys if the value is not defined by the user. And dig.copy copies a dictionary. So let us read the first question. So it is to create a dictionary of 5 students with their marks and print the student with the highest marks. Okay, so like this is the dictionary and we need to print the student with the highest marks. Highest marks is this 92. So D is printed here. So let us just learn something more before starting this question. So if we write maximum my dict, where my dict is the name of our dictionary, so let our dictionary with this. Then if we say maximum my dictionary, then this returns the key with the maximum value based on the key itself. So let us just see running this. So it has printed E. Now if we talk about mydict.get, then this is a function that returns the value of a given key as we already read here. So if we say to print mydict.get and if we say here A, if we print this, we can see we got 85, that we got the value of this key. Now the next thing is key is equal to mydict.get. So what happens in mydict.get is this is a function that when we find the maximum key, compare keys based on their values. Key is equal to mydict.get. When finding the maximum key, compare keys based on their values. So we'll use this in our first question because we need to compare these with respect to the values and then we have to print the key. What basically Python understands by this is it thinks mydict.get and in bracket key. So it just sees the value of or all and it compares them if we use the maximum in this. So let us just start with the first question. So it was to create a dictionary and then print the student with the highest marks. Okay, so we need to create the dictionary as well. Let us comment this and let us create the dictionary. So for creating the dictionary, First, we can take input of the number of key value pairs the user wants in the dictionary. Enter number of key value pairs in the dictionary. And then we can make an empty dictionary. The next step will be to take the input from the user. So we'll use the for loop because we want this input according to the range given by the user. So for I in range n, then we'll take key input, enter key, and then the value. So that we input, enter value. And then we'll set this in the dictionary as a key value pair. So my dict key is equal to v. So this v is the value of this k, that is the key in the dictionary named as my dict. So we have successfully created a dictionary. The next thing is to print the student with the highest marks. So to print the student with the highest marks, we'll use print, and here we'll use the maximum of all the values that are in the dictionary, and the key should be printed. So we'll write the name of the dictionary, comma, like I already told you, this key is equal to mydict.get. So this is a Python trick. So by this one line code, you can compare the values of the keys, and then you can print that particular key with the maximum value. So let us say there are 5. So 5 is the number of key value pairs. Then key, it's already taken as a string, so it's not required to put double quotes. So A 85, then B is 90, then C is 78, D is 92, and E is 88. We can even print the dictionary after this step, and the answer is D, which is correct. So let us print here, print my dict, and let us make a random dictionary. So let us make of 3 key value pairs now. Key can be A, then value can be something like this. And you can see a dictionary is also printed, and the one with the largest value is B, so B is printed here. So this is one of the method that we can use. Other method is, let us take this dictionary instead of taking input again and again. Alternate method. So alternate method is we can take out the values of the list and see the maximum of it, and then using the for loop we can take items from the list and then compare which key's value is the same as we got with the maximum. So let us write and then we'll see how is it working. So maximum marks is our variable, and we will see here max of mydict.values. Because we already see here dict.values, it returns the values in the dictionary. So maximum of this value, and then we'll use the for loop for name, comma, marks in mydict.items. We are writing mydict.items, it means it takes the whole key value pair, as you can see this. So mydict.items will take the key value pair, and the key is our name and the value is marks. We can also write here kv or key comma value like this, and then we'll compare if the marks, that is this value, is equal to this value, maximum marks. Then it will just print the key, and here the key is name as we have set this. Then we'll break the program. Okay, so here I've put only this once, that's why the error is there. Now you can see D is printed and D is the correct answer. So there are many ways to solve a question. Let us see the next one. Write a Python code to sort a dictionary by its values. So this time we need to sort the dictionary by its values. So like this is 1 came at the first place, then this is 2 second place, and this is 3 in the third place, like this. And this will be arranged as 5, 7, 10. So like this is sorted. So let us just copy this list. My dict is equal to this, or even if we want to take the input, then what can we want to take the input but not like this. Instead, at only one go we need to take the input, so it will be my dict is equal to eval input enter dictionary, and if we just comment this, we say it to print my dict. Then let us see. Just pasted this here. Oh, sorry, I deleted instead of pressing enter. If you press enter, you can see it is taken as a dictionary. But I prefer, instead of taking the input again and again, we can just define here my dictionary is this. Then we need to print the sorted dictionary according to the values. So what can we do is we can take all the values in a list and we can sort that list, and then we can do the rest of the things. So first let us create a list, my list, which is equal to mydict dot values. So instead of sorting in the next line, we can even sort it here, right, by writing sorted like this. And next thing is we need to run over the elements in my list. So for I in my list and also in dictionary. So for K in my dict. So if we see which key's value is I, we'll compare that, and according to that only we'll just sort it. So if we say my dict val key as K and its value should be compared with I, then we can make a new dict. So new dict whose value is K will be I, and here we'll define an empty dictionary. Then we'll break the program and just print new dict. So what exactly have we done here is, first we have defined a dictionary, then we have made a list where we sorted the values in the dictionary. Then we created an empty dictionary, and after that we used the for loop to run over mylist for I in mylist and for K in mydict. So if the value I is like let's take one example. So here my list will be equal to 1, 2, 3. So for I in my list, so I will be 1. For K in my dict, so K will be A the very first time. Then my dict, it checks my dict with value with key k. So key k means k's value is a. A has a value 3 here. So 3 and 1. 3 is not equal to 1. And so this one is false. Then it again goes here for k in my dict. So this time k is b, as we can see this. So the value is 1. Here I is 1. 1 is equal to 1. So this means that new dict. So in new dictionary, this key value pair will be added at the first. So new dictionary will be B with value 1. And like this, it will go again. Now k will be C, but again 2 is not equal to 1. And so this loop is completed. Now we come again to this for loop for I in my list, then I will be 2 this time, as you can see this. Then when I is 2, again k will be a, and we'll see that 3 is not equal to 2. Then nothing will be added. Then we again go to this for loop. Then for this k is b, then the value is 1. 1 is not equal to 2. Nothing will be added. Then we see k is c. 2 is equal to 2. So this will be added like this. And likewise, the last element will also be added. So this is how a program is running. Let us see. This was our original dictionary and this one is our sorted dictionary. Let us put this. So you can see we got the correct answer. If we also try with this one, if we let us try with the sorted one only. So again, we got the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question, which is to write a Python program to merge two dictionaries. So you can see there are two dictionaries and we need to merge them. Here the key is same, this is y, this is also y, but the values are different. This is 20, this is 25. So the one which was in the second dictionary got added here. So first let us just write D1 as this and D2 is this dictionary. Then we can simply use D1 dot update D2. D1 dot update D2. This simple method of dictionary will directly lead us to the correct answer. As you can see here, dict.update, what it does is adds or updates key value pairs from another dictionary. So simply we can use this and you can see we got the correct answer. Let us see if this update works with this test case too. So if we run this, you can see again we got the correct answer. Let us see the fourth one. Fourth is to write a Python program to remove a key from a dictionary. So here we have a dictionary, then we input B and this key value pair is deleted. So let us input this or let us just define this dictionary. My dict is equal to this, and then we can take input. So key is equal to input, enter key to delete, and then what we'll do is we'll iterate over all the keys in our dictionary, and if it will be equal to the one entered by the user, then we'll just delete it. So instead of keep naming it key, we can give it A so that it will be more clear. So I iterate through this dictionary keys by writing mydic dot keys, and here we have written if A in this. So mydic dot keys means A, B, and C. If A is there in this, like if A is B and B will be there in this mydic dot keys, then we need to delete it. So we'll use del mydic with key as A. So it will delete the key value pair where key is A. And we'll also give one more thing. If this is not true, then key not found in dictionary. And we can also print the dictionary. So let us say B, and you can see B is deleted. Let us say to delete D, then it's written key not found in dictionary. So the next question is to write a Python code to check whether a key exists in a dictionary. So this is simple. We'll just let us copy this and what we'll do is we just have to see whether a key exists or not. So we can copy this as well and we'll see if A in mydic.keys similar to the above question, then we'll print true, else we will print false. So enter key to delete, let us say B. So, oh no, the prompt will be enter key to check if it exists. Let us run this again. If we say B, then we got true. If we say D, then it's showing false. Let us see for C, then you can see it says true. There is an alternate to this, and the alternate is we can simply print key in my dict. Okay, and here it will not be key, it will be A because we named this as A. So if we say B, then you can see we got true twice. Say D, we got false. So this statement is a direct one to see if A is there in the dictionary or not. Sixth question is to write a program to find the sum of all values in a dictionary. Okay, so we need to see all the values in the dictionary and then we need to add it. So either we can directly go through all the values or we can add all the values in a list and then find out the sum and then print it. So let us uncomment this. This is a dictionary. Then we need to find the sum. So we need a variable sum is equals to 0 for x in mydict.values. We'll add the sum when all the elements are coming. So sum is equals to sum plus x, and then we will print the sum. So the answer is 6. As you can see, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So the answer is correct. If we just change this as 10, then it's 15. It's correct. Another shortened way to do this is we can print the sum on the name of the dictionary is mydict dot values. So it directly prints the sum. Okay, so there is some problem, and let us see the error again. So the error says that int object is not callable. And why is it so? If we see our code again, then we have defined a my dictionary, and then we use this variable to print the sum, and then again, okay. So you can see here we have used this sum and sum here. So already the value stored in this sum is 15 because we have defined a variable. Then we are using this inbuilt function, so that's the problem. So either we can comment this or we can use some else like total. If we use this variable here, then total will be 15, and here the final output will be 15. Let us run this, and yeah, we got the correct answers. So let us see question 7. Write a Python code to invert a dictionary, swap keys and values. So here it is A1 B2. We have swapped the keys and the values. Okay, and here if you can see the values are the same and the keys are different, so the last key is kept. So we can make a dictionary here. First is our user dictionary mydict, and then we can create another dictionary, inverted dictionary. So let us name it inverted dict, and we can just reverse the items by writing for k comma v in mydict dot items inverted, and here the value is, I mean the key is the value in the previous dictionary, so it will be v. The name of the dictionary is inverted dict, and here the value is the key of the previous dictionary, which is k. So we'll just print here inverted dictionary. Let us run this, and this one is inverted. Let us try it with this example. Let's run this, and we got this answer, so it means it's correct. Next question is to write a program to find common keys between two dictionaries. So if we see this is dictionary 1, this is dictionary 2, and the common between them is B. Here there's nothing common, so we got an empty set as our answer. Here both P and Q are common. So let us take this and copy it here. First one, let us name it as A. Second dictionary can be named as B, or let us give it as D1 or D2 because we already have these keys. So with D1 and D2 it will be easier to explain. We need to make an empty set here. An empty set is created by writing like this, set in parentheses, as I told you in the last part of practice paper 2. And then we'll say for x in k, it is d1 d1 dot keys, and then we'll see if it's there in d2 dot keys, then we'll just add it to the set. So we saw that if for x in d1 like this a and b, if it's there in d2, so if a is not there, so it will not be added. But if we see b is there, so it will be added like this. Then we will print this my set. So you can see b is printed. Let us try with this example. Here both p and q should be printed. Let us run this, and you can see p and q is the answer. Let us just try this one as well. So here we should get an empty set. Let us see the results. And yeah, we got an empty set here. So we have written it correctly. Now let us see question 9. Write a Python code to convert two lists into a dictionary. Keys from list 1, values from list 2. So you can see we have two lists here, and the keys are taken from list 1 and the value from list 2, and one by one they are taken and they're converted into a dictionary. So for this, what can we do is we can first create an empty dictionary, and next the list of keys, you can just copy it from here, and also the list of the values are these. And then we need to like we see here there are two elements and there is only one element, so this y should not be considered. For that we need to see the minimum of both the lengths of the list. So minimum of length of k list comma length of v list. So this minimum should be stored in a variable. Let us name it as n, because generally we keep the length of the list as n. Now use the for loop for I in range n, and we'll just create the dictionary as we're creating above in the other creations. So my dict, the list is k and with index I, which will be equal to the list of values with index I, and at the last we will print this. So we just took one element from this list by using klist with index I, and one from here, which is this. Then this is the key of this dictionary, and the value of this key is this. So you can see we have created this dictionary successfully. Let us try with this one. So this example, we can just remove one value. Then we can see A1 and B2. C is not there because its value is not written. Now there is one another method of this. Let us see that also. So it's alternate method using JIP. So what exactly is this? So JIP pairs each element from the keys with a corresponding element from values. So if the lists are unequal in length, like we saw here, the minimum of both, so JIP itself stops at the shortest one. So let us just print here, and what to print is First we'll write keys, comma, values or vlist. Uh, we need to write keys and values. So here the list of keys and values are named as keylist and vlist. So first we'll write keylist comma vlist, the two lists that we need to combine. Then here we will write chip and we need to make a dictionary of this. So we'll write here dict. Let us run this and you can see we got the correct answer. Let us move further to question number 10. It is to write a Python code to count frequency of elements in a list using dictionary. So we can see 1 is occurring once, so it is 1, 2 twice, and 3 is twice, and so on like this. You can see. So first we need to just copy this list. My list is equal to this. After that, we need to make one empty dictionary because we need to create the key value pairs in this dictionary. The value will be the number of occurrences or the frequency of the key, which are the elements of the list. So we'll iterate through the list. So for x in my list, we'll see if x is already there in my dictionary, then we'll just add 1 to the value of the dictionary. So my dict with key x, this is the value, I need to add 1. So plus equal to 1. And if x is not there in my dictionary, that is we need to make one key value pair. So we'll just say my dict x and the value of this should be 1 because it has occurred for the first time. Then we will print this. So we can see we got the correct answer. And if we just change the frequency, then let us run this. And if you can see 1 is twice, 2 is 3 times, then 3 is 4 times, and 6 is once. There is one another method for this. And the alternate one is, let us make another dictionary. So let us name it as frequency because we have already taken my dict above. And we'll just say for I in my list, frequency with key as I will be equal to frequency dot get I comma 0 plus 1. So what this says is if we by frequency dot get we get the value of this key. So if this I is not defined, that is the value of a particular key is not defined, that means that key value pairs is still not in the dictionary and that element is occurring only one for the first time like we did here, then it will consider its value to be 0 and to this value 1 will be added. For example, let us say I is equal to 1. As you can see in this list, I is 1. Then this will be frequency with key as 1 is equals to frequency dot get I is 1. But it's still not defined as a value in the dictionary. So no key value pair exists in this. So it will just say that it is 0 by default plus 1. So like this. Now when I is this 1, that is I is occurring again, then already 1 is defined in the value. So if the value is already defined, it will just see the value and then it will add 1 to it. So like this, it will be 2. Now again, like if we just say 1 is there again for the third time, then the frequency will is 2, that is already stored. So it will see the frequency is 2, then it will add 1 to it. So 2 plus 1, which is 3, like this. Like if we run this, okay, I forgot to print frequency. So you can see 1 is thrice and we got here thrice, and both of these are same. So this is how we can do a question by different methods. Let us see the 11th one. Write a Python code to find keys having a specific value in a dictionary. So this is a dictionary and value is 10. So the expected output is A, C. Likewise, you can see here there's no such key with value 3, then we got an empty list as our answer. So for this, first we need to define a dictionary. So let us take this one, and then what we'll do is we'll take the input. So either we can take the input and enter a number like this, or we can just say it to be 10 for now. What we have to do is we need to make one list and we need to append all the keys with value this. So we need to make one my list, and then we need to see if A in my dict.keys, that if A no, it will be my dict.values, because A is the value and we need to check in the value of the dictionaries if A is there. Then it will append to my list. What will be appended? Key. So how we will get the key from this? So for that we'll need to write for k comma v in my items. So we need to check this key using my items, because we need to compare with its value as well. So we'll put the condition if A is V. So we have started the loop in items k comma v. So value will be added in v and key will be added in k. So it will check if A is equals to v. This v is equal to this v. So if it's true, then k. So k will be added in my list. And then what can we do is we can write if my key, if my list, then we can print my list. So if my list exists, that a number exists with the value we have input, then it will print my list. Otherwise, what it will do, it will just print no such key with value as A. Let us run this. And you can see E, C is the answer. If we say here the value of A is 11, then no such key with value as 11. So we simply first sort the values, and then we made my list, and then we added the key with that particular value by comparing it like this. We can move on to the 12th question now. 12th one is to write a Python code to create a dictionary from a list of keys with default value 0. So we can see here are the keys and we have added it to the dictionary with default value as 0. Here there's no element, so we got an empty dictionary, and here x, so x 0. First we will create my list. So my list, let us just copy this. And then we need to make a dictionary, so let us name the dict. Then we need to set the default values. So we'll see for I in my list, dict dot set default I comma 0, and then we will print dictionary. So what have we done is we saw the one by one all the elements of the list, and we set a default value to it as 0 if the value is not already set. So the value is not already set, we already know that. So the default value set is 0. So we can see this. If there is no element in the set, then let us see. We got an empty dictionary. So this one is correct. Now let us see question 13, which says to write a Python code to remove duplicate dictionaries from list. So this is one dictionary, this is the second dictionary, and this is dictionary 3. So we need to just remove one of the two dictionaries that are duplicate, like here, and then we need to add it to the list. So dictionaries, these are these dictionaries are basically the elements of the list. So it's similar to the question we did in part 1 of practice paper 2 to remove the duplicates from the list, duplicate elements from the list. So it's similar to that. So let us begin. So our list is this one, and then what we have to do is we need to see all the elements of these lists one by one if it is already there in a new list. So we need to make one list. Let us name it unique. So if I is already there in new list, then we don't want it to add it to the new list. So we need to write if it's not there. If I not in my list, sorry, if I not in unique, then that will get appended to this unique list. And at the last, we just have to print this unique list. So let us run this, and we got the correct answer. If we say by some other like this, then let us see, we got an empty list, which is correct. Moving to question number 14, which is to write a Python program to convert a list of tuples into a dictionary. So here is a list, its element is a tuple, and we need to convert this into a dictionary. So first let us copy this my list, and then I will name it my list. The next step is to make an empty dictionary because we want it to convert to a dictionary. Then we'll write it through elements in my list. So for x in my list, and as you can see, we have a tuple and it contains two elements and one element of my list. That means here, for the first time, x will be a comma 1, like this. So we can say tuple of k comma v to be equal to x. We have written this in the similar form. So k will be a here and v will be 1. Then what we had to do is to convert the list of tuples into dictionary. So we need to create the dictionary now. So my dict with key as k, we need its value. So my dict k is equals to v, and at the last we'll just print my dictionary. So I can see a dictionary is printed. Now the alternate to this is we can directly write let us name that as dict now, because earlier we named it my dict. So dict is equals to dict of my list, or we can name it as new dict, and then we can print it. So here we directly used to convert a list into a dictionary. So let us run this, and we got the correct answer again. If we just remove all the elements and then see, we got an empty dictionary. Again, it's correct. Now let us move on to the very last question. Write a Python program to display all key value pairs in a dictionary using a loop. So this is a dictionary and we need to print all the key value pairs in this. So this is simple. First, let us copy this. My dict is equals to this dictionary. So we'll check if the length of my dictionary is equal to 0. Then we simply print no item in dictionary. Else what we will do is we will just use the for loop for my items, and we'll take key and value of those and we'll just print it. So for k comma v in my items, just print k comma v. Let us run this, and you can see we got a1 b2 like this. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope these questions made dictionaries easier to understand. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beginner-friendly Python videos. Thanks for watching and happy coding!